broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You just heard that rendition of the national anthem. I've got the young lady next to me. She's a very good friend of mine. I've known her for a long time. She used to sing it when she was at school. Now she's singing for her school. Betsy, you did that like you've done it before.
I've done it a few times. You know, each time though, you know, you get a little nervous, but it's still, you know, it's always extra special when I get to do it from, you know, for classical. So
It's a great way to start this game. And did you notice that a lot of people at Marblehead and classical raising their hats to you?
I did. That was very nice of them.
That's as good as I've heard from anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Go Rams.
Congratulations. Terrific young lady. Does an awful lot for Classical High School. She was a great student at Classical. She goes down and helps out still. And you could tell by that voice, she knows what she's doing. She is a tremendous talent. And the fans appreciate it. The fans turned around, raised their hats, and clapped. And so run away, Classical in green, Marblehead in white. Marblehead's the number 15 seed. They're 9-7-3. Classical, the number 2 seed, 13-3-2. Both from the Northeast Conference League, and they played each other this year. Classical, early in the season, beat Marblehead in a very good game, 2-1. Isaiah Diaz is in net for Classical. Xander Loman for Marblehead. The winner of this being the opening round, will move on to the quarterfinals, and they'll play here Saturday. And Classical trying to make it a 50-50 shot for Lynn. English lost to a very good Andover team last night, 3-1. It was 2-1 for a long time, and Andover got a goal late to put it away. And they were a very tough 16 seed that had played in a strong league all year long, and it showed here at Manning last night. So English lost for the first time this year last night, and they had a tremendous season, as has the Classical Rams at 13-3-2. One of those two ties was a game that second time they played the Bulldogs, they were looking to get a split after English won the first game against Classical. And they, as I call it, Thanksgiving Day game in whatever month they play. And Classical was trailing 1-0. They scored a goal with 7 seconds left in the game to tie it at 1. That's one of their 2 ties. Glasgow won the Lynn City tournament this year. So they answered their goals, winning the city tournament, making the state tournament, with a chance to move on. Now, obviously, these 2 teams know each other. And that's kicked away by Camarinos. Trying to get by was Colin Hart, and he got cut off. Taken away by Bresnahan. Out in front, Camarinos tipped it. Now it comes back to him, and he boots it away. Marblehead heads it back toward the net, and Marblehead almost got a foot on it. Classical just get a step ahead of Marblehead and knocked it out. Marblehead will get the first corner kick. Now they called it off Marblehead. They were going like Marblehead was going to get a corner kick. And now it'll be Diaz kicking it away, and he gives it up to one of his defenders. And it just went right by the defender. He kicked it over to the far side, and I don't know if he took his eye off it. It just went right by off the defender's foot. Marblehead gets the throw in down deep. Headed away. Marblehead with the shot, deflected out in front. Marblehead keeping it in. Classical takes it away. Picked off by Marblehead. Marblehead keeping it in the Classical end. They have it down deep. Looking to make a play. Trying to center it. Classical got a piece of the centering pass and boots it deep. And Marblehead knocks it right back in the Classical end. It's been all Marblehead here in the first few minutes, but they haven't got a shot on net yet. But they've been keeping it in the Classical end. And now they're going to call contact on Marblehead, and Classical get a free kick. And they'll get it. Booted deep, headed away by Marblehead. Blocked by Classical. Classical trying to get there first. Bodies go down, Marblehead winds up with it. And then Classical gets a piece and knocks it out. And it'll be Loman booting it away. Division 2 North playoff action, and they're going to call contact against Marblehead. Classical gets it right away, kicks it deep on a hop. Loman will play it and kick it away. High kick, just past midfield. Classical heads it away. Marblehead knocks it back the other way. Camarinos took it away from Hart. He still has it, knocked away from him. Blocking it was Zalea. Out in front. Marblehead working hard trying to get around through and between defenders. I think that was hot. Glasgow finally knocked it out, and Marblehead will get a corner kick. So they get the first one from the near side. Marblehead got a head on it. Now they try to kick it in front. Glasgow knocks it away and knocks it out of play. Marblehead will get the throw in down deep. So we've been leaning to the left the first 9 minutes of this first half as Marblehead makes a substitution. Headed away by Glasgow. Marblehead trying to keep it alive. Glasgow takes it away. And Marblehead takes it back. Give and go picked off by Glasgow, and he knocked it out into the Glasgow bench area. Marblehead with the throw-in. Off a couple of bodies, loose. Glasgow knocks it deep into the Marblehead end. Popped up. Glasgow winds up with it. Pass got deflected by Marblehead to the near side. Glasgow hustling, Marblehead hustling. Glasgow takes it away. Maybe a little bit too much one-on-one. They could have centered it looking for a tip-in. Glasgow. Maybe a couple of too many passes, not trying to get a shot off. Zelaya had it knocked away. Glasgow winds up with it. Marblehead takes it back. One too many passes for Glasgow. They wound up not getting a shot off. Knocked back deep into the Glasgow end. Marblehead comes away with it. Looking to walk in. They take the shot. It just rolled in to Diaz, and he makes the save. Dropping it all the way back. Marblehead trying to knock it deep. Marblehead takes it away. And he knocked it deep again. Glasgow's defense is back there to pick it off. And started back upfield. A little tip. Lead pass a little too far. Lohman will come out of the net, and another high booming kick to midfield. Winds up down the far end. Glasgow will knock it out of play. And Marblehead will make more changes. Tough night down there tonight. It's cold. That spring weather is finally disappearing. It's the weekend starting, along with next week, is going to be very cold. The only thing we're missing is the snow that they're going to get up north in the ski country. But it's going to be down in the 20s and 30s. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Trying to knock it deep. It got blocked by Aylman. Glasgow picks off the pass. Aylman gets it back. Blocked and taken away. Pass gets deflected to the middle. Now they knock it to the far side, right back on the classical end. They pop it up to the net, off the top crossbar, and then off the crossbar again, and Diaz grabs the rebound. The long shot hit the top crossbar, bounced out, and Marblehead got a foot on it again and hit the crossbar again. Tremendous amount of luck for Classical, tremendous amount of bad luck for Marblehead. You can't come any closer than that, and they did it twice. Marblehead picks off the pass. Pass a little bit behind the intended receiver, Bresnahan. They knock it deep. Diaz will come out and play it on a hop and kick it away. The first long kick hit middle of the crossbar, bounced down. Marblehead was there. They got a foot on it, and they knocked it off the crossbar again. And now Gomez Godinez gets knocked down. Classical will get the first free kick of this opening round Division I North game. It'll come from the 25-yard line. Aylman's going to take it. And coming out and playing it on the fly was Lohman making the basket catch. So 15 minutes into this first half, no score. Classical and Marblehead. And we got Marblehead running into Classical, so they'll get the free kick. And I think this is going to be Macario taking it. They drill it deep. Marblehead tried to head it away. They headed it toward the net. Now they clear it away. Coming down the far side. Bring it to the near side. They knock it deep. They knock it too deep. Glasgow will get the throw in. Duggan will take it. Trying to get it to the middle. They get it. Looking to make the little pass, and it got blocked by Marblehead and taken away. And Glasgow knocks it. Marblehead thought it was going out. Glasgow, nice play, saved it. Kept it in play, wound up with the ball. Upfield, Marblehead gets it back. They knock it deep, looking for a break. They would have been onside. They kicked it too far. I think it was Heffitz that was going to the net. Diaz came out before he could get there. Glasgow takes it away. To the middle. Bounces off. Coriolan. They knock it deep down the near side. Glasgow collects. Trying to center it. Looking for a shot. Partially blocked. And they're going to give Glasgow credit for knocking it out. As Marblehead makes a few more changes. Still no score here. Glasgow and Marblehead. The winner will be right back here at Manning Field on Saturday night. It's unusual. The soccer game will be played Saturday night. Glasgow's football game will be played at noontime. Classical. They get it down deep, but they're not able to get a shot off. A couple of times they did get shot off. They knocked it not close to the net. Marblehead knocks it out. There's going to be a corner kick for Classical. I was waiting to see if it went down the end line or off the sideline. It's going to be a corner kick coming from the far side. Everybody mingling around out in front of the net. They get it up in front. They knock it down. They can't get the shot off. When they finally do, the defenseman made the save. They were trying to get the shot off. They couldn't do it. When they finally got a piece of it, knocking it to the net, it was the defender who got a piece of it and knocked it away. Thompson will throw it in play. So the defenseman that didn't pick up his number, he became the goaltender. That was Glasgow's first real good chance to get on the board. Now they knock it loose. Gomez Godinez got knocked down, but the ball was underneath him. He got up and got it. Now they knock it away from him. Blocked by Marblehead. Trying to center it, headed away by Marblehead's defense and cleared away. Winding up with his Hevitz. Marblehead takes it back on the Classical end. And Classical knocks it into the Classical bench area. Halfway through and counting this first half, still no score. Marblehead and Classical. Tipped up, Classical knocks it away, and he knocked it away again. Back checking takes it away. And back checking for Classical takes it away. And they knock it off Classical. Off Marblehead, I should say. Classical knocks it off Marblehead. Oh, it bounces high. Marblehead picks off the pass. They throw it too deep. Carabinos picked it off. And now Snook did the same for Marblehead, taking it away. Ixlage lost it. Marblehead blocked. Shot from long range, too much foot. It would have been a field goal in football through the uprights, but way high and way over the net and out of play. And once again, Marblehead will make changes. Knocking it deep, Marblehead picks it off. Classical knocks it out. The throw-in will come from down deep on the far side. I never know whether to call them the headers or the magicians. They've been both over the years. Marblehead knocks it back, trying to throw it up front, picked off. Marblehead knocks it away. They give it back to Zalea. Marblehead picks it off. Duggan stepped in front, knocked it away. Long pass. Hit Coriolan on the back foot. Duggan with it from Caraminos. Up to Gomez Cadenas. Shot it wide of the net. Lohman picked it off easily. And he'll boot it away. Another high, booming kick. This one past midfield. Got headed away by Zalea. Now it's going to go out off Marblehead. Duggan will throw it in. It skipped toward the net. Marblehead. That Nadanochi was saying to the official, I got knocked down. I couldn't go get the ball because I got knocked down. So 2 ticks, under 16 minutes left in this scoreless first half. This is Division 2 North. Opening round game for Classical. Second game for Marblehead. No score here at Manning Field. Ready, aim, fire. Out of the timeout. Out of play. Marblehead will get the throw in. Headed up. And Marblehead boots it high and deep the other way. It gets headed back toward the net. Diaz just gets there. Baxter Jennings was bearing down on him. Diaz got there first. Knocked deep again, headed away by Caraminos. And knocked out by Hart. Airman, I think he's getting a running start with that throw, and he's running half the field. Duggan heads it away. Airman knocks it back. Marblehead knocks it the other way. Duggan pushes it ahead. Corey line ahead. And Marblehead gets there first and takes it away. They were trying to send Morales in. Marblehead takes it away again. And they knock it out of play. And they're going to get Marblehead for the takedown. Ailman from just inside the 15-yard line from a tough angle. Knocks it away from the net. They knock it back and they knock it out of play. He really hooked that way wide of the net. It didn't come anywhere near. And from the far side, they tried a little over-the-head kick to try and get it back to the net, and they knocked it out of play. Marblehead knocks it out. Knocked away again. Duggan gets there first and heads it away. And we're going to get Classical running into Marblehead. Marblehead will get the free kick. Once again, they got the shot off. Way too high, too much foot, way up over the net and out of play. And Diaz will kick it away. He doesn't kick it again. He sends it to the far side. This time the defender makes the play. Last time it went right by him. And they blow the whistle again for contact. And Marblehead, I'm not sure what the official's calling now. Marblehead will get the free kick. I'm not sure what that stop was for. I didn't see any sub. High in the air, out in front. They missed the header. Marblehead keeps it alive. They pop it toward the net. Diaz will come out, play it on a hop, and again, just took it away from one of those white shirts that was bearing down on him. Corleone comes away with it. Marblehead almost gave a shot away. They block the ball and knock it away. Deflected to the middle. Marblehead will finally clear it away. And they finally knock it deep. And it's a foot race. Caraminos will give it back to Diaz. Lead pass, they tipped it out in front, and they score. Outstanding passing. They threw it out in front, and he banged it home. Ryan Masters found himself out in front. Yeah, with 10 ticks, under 10 minutes left in this first half, Marblehead gets on the board. Pretty passing, they set it up. Masters wound up out in front all by himself. And Diaz was coming back to the near side because he went over to the far side to block the would-be shot coming. And as he was coming back, Masters just knocked it by him. Klasko got a shot and knocked it over the net. Great effort. Outstanding effort. He had to fight hard to get the ball back. That was Sarmento. And right about the 5-yard line, he ripped it and it just went over the top crossbar. Klasko almost got it right back and took that momentum away. So Marblehead got a break there. And now Klasko does a nice job of knocking it off Marblehead. Loose, Corleone with it. Gets it back. Knocked away by Marblehead. Klasko takes it away. Sarmento doing a nice job getting it back for Klasko. And now Marblehead knocks it away. Corleone got a tip, off his back foot. Marblehead took it away. Morales with the centering pass. Marblehead takes it away. Zolea there to break the play up. They didn't play a little bit there with a little bit of contact. And now they blow the whistle right away. Marblehead will get a free kick. So they let a little bit go earlier. Now they call it. Marblehead will get a free kick from about the 35-yard line. They can reach the net from here. This is Chris Thompson, I believe, with the kick. He's the one that made the save, becoming the goaltender in the net, knocking the ball away. Tipped. It never got to the net. Glasgow got a head on it and knocked it away. Marblehead gets a head on it. Bouncing around. Bodies go down. And they're going to give it to Glasgow to kick away. We'll have substitutions first for Marblehead. I said it was Thompson. It could have been Aiden Maloney, 50, not 25. Hard to pick up the Marblehead numbers unless they're right in front of us. So it might have been Aiden Maloney who made that big defensive play a while ago. Marblehead breaks it up. Bodies go down. They're going to call it against Marblehead. They took Aylman down. 6 minutes and counting left in his first half. Marblehead has just broke the ice and have a 1-0 lead. Zalea knocks it away. Marblehead knocks it back. It skips by everybody. Karaminos drills it up, and it goes off the foot of Coriolan. Pop straight up in the air. Marblehead winds up with it. They pick off the pass, center it. Down that far side. Glasgow knocks it out. Marblehead will get the free kick. We're down to the final 5 minutes and counting. Normally they shut the clock off with 5 minutes left, but they've kept it running, which is good. I think they should. Marblehead pumps it up in front, and Marblehead got a head on it and knocks it out of play. They knocked it away from the net. And Diaz will get to kick it away. To the near side to Duggan. Marblehead takes it away, and then they lost it out of play. Hart did a nice job of taking it away, and then when he tried to move with it, he lost it out of bounds. Marblehead keeps it in and knocks it deep. Diaz will come over and play it, and he'll kick it away. Out just past midfield. And Glasgow comes away with it. Airman with a rush. Lead pass, trying to walk in. And a little bump out in front. Just knocked the ball loose. And Marblehead will knock it out of play. Looked like they have a point-blank shot. And Marblehead just got enough of a nudge. Another little bump to knock the ball loose and then clear it away. trying to center it. Marblehead knocks it deep. Duggan knocks it back the other way. Headed away by Marblehead. Glasgow trying to get there first to keep it in. Down that far side. Lohman reached as high as he could, got a hand on it, tipped it. It went by, and it looked like Glasgow was going to come in from the far side. Corleone was looking to go get it, and just a step or two early, Lohman got there first. So Glasgow has been like a step and a half. Marblehead got away with a takedown. That's almost like a tackle in football. Knocked out by Marblehead. Binnicker was looking to go between two defenders. He wound up with the ball, almost had a good shot because he knocked the Glasgow player down to get by. We're in the final 2 minutes and counting. Now the scoreboard clock shuts down. And we got a Marblehead player down. And Will Hancock is going to go to the sideline, favoring that right foot or leg. Glasgow will get the throw in. Caraminos lets it fly. Marblehead gets a piece of it. And he pop it up and out of play. Duggan will take the throw in quickly. They knock it deep. Nobody there except the defense of Marblehead. And they knock it out of play. Duggan again with the throw in. Goalie line trying to get by. Centering it. Glasgow collects. Tipped away nicely by Marblehead. And tipped away again. They were lining up a shot. And Marblehead just took it away. And Glasgow maybe a little too much one-on-one. Allows Marblehead to get there and double up and knock the ball out of play. Time winding down in this one. This first half. Shot. That was going under the top crossbar into the net. And Lohman went as high as he could. Just got a piece of it and knocked it over the net as the half comes to a close. What a way to end the half. Lohman went high in the air. Just got a finger on it and tipped it over the net off the shot by Fernando Gomez Cardenas. And Glasgow came that close to tying it on the final second of the first half. But it's going to be Marblehead on that goal by Ryan Masters with a little momentum going into the locker room. It's Marblehead 1, Glasgow nothing at halftime. We're underway in the second half. Marblehead leading it 1-0. Just so everybody knows at home, during the season there was no overtime. Ties were ties. If Glasgow could score a goal and it would end up 1-1, we would go into overtime. And the process would be two sort of like mini overtime periods. They wouldn't play 40-minute halves. They'd play like a 7 or 8 minute period, then they would play another 7 or 8 minute period, and then they would go into a shootout because somebody has to move forward. During the season, you would get a point apiece. During these games, somebody has to move on. It was almost like the City Series that started the season. There was overtime then, but it didn't count towards the state tournament. Marblehead picks it off, trying to center it. It skipped right over the foot out in front as they try to one-time it. They've got it down deep. It gets knocked out by Classical. Marblehead will get a corner kick. Coming from the far side. Out in front, headed away by Classical. Good job. That might have been Caraminos. Marblehead keeps it in. Classical picks it off. They knock it deep. They knock it too deep. Marblehead knocks it away and into the Marblehead bench area. I think it was Gomez Godinez they were trying to send in, and he knocked it too deep. Now they knock it all the way back to Lohman, and he kicks it away. They missed the header. Classical knocks it high in the air, and they collect, and they lose it. It gets taken away. Try to knock it deep, blocked. Marblehead gets it back, blocked again. Off Classical into the Marblehead bench area. I mentioned before, there's a very good crowd here. There's a lot of people from Marblehead. Made the short trip, and we got a player down flat. A Marblehead player down, he's getting up. Thank God he's getting up. He was down like he was shot from a gun. Classical knocks it away. Marblehead tipped it right to Classical. Now Marblehead steps in, gets a foot on it, but knocks it out of play. And that went out off Bresnahan. Marblehead picks it off. It skipped past Cheer. Body's going down. Let's see who they call it on. Two players banging, slamming into each other. They both went down. Classical got up. Marblehead is still down. And he gets up. Or he's starting to get up. He was upset. Classical going back upfield like they called against Classical. The player down was, I think it was Hot. And he was complaining because I think he thought the call was going to Classical. Marblehead is getting the call, I believe, the way they're lining up. And Marblehead will make a substitution. So that was two players really colliding. Both of them went down. The official is still there talking to a couple of the Marblehead players. Lohman is going to get to kick it away. So they call the contact on Gomez Godinez. And they knock it past midfield. Blocked. Headed away. Marblehead pops it up. They collect. Tipping it. Caraminos is there to tip it away. knocked out by Classical. And knocked out by Marblehead. Classical knocked it deep, but it went out of play right in front of the Classical bench. And knocked out by Marblehead. And they blew the whistle. We'll have a do-over. I'm not sure what the whistle was for. Trying to center it. They get it there. Bodies go down. This could be a penalty kick. They're going to call it on Marblehead. I think Classical's going to get a penalty kick. Marblehead out arguing with the official. It's not going to do them any good. They centered the ball out in front. Marblehead trying to make the play. They knocked the Classical player down. They knocked him down in the box. And Classical's going to get a penalty kick. Classical with a chance to tie it up. Save is made. Tremendous save by Lohman. Robles Sandoval ripped it for the far post. And the only thing the goaltender can do in those situations is guess which side is he going to go to. He guessed right. The ball was going to squeeze inside the far post, and Lohman made a tremendous save. Outstanding. That's an ESPN highlight. What a great save by the goaltender. As Marblehead kicks it away. Everybody fans on it. Tip. Marblehead gets a foot on it, knocks it away. They knock it away again, and they carry it away. Tipped. Caraminos tips it to the near side. Marblehead takes it away. Looking to walk in. Tip. Shot blocked. Nice job by Zelaya. They try to line up a shot. Zelaya blocked it. And Marblehead will get a corner kick from the near side. But they're still buzzing about that save by Xander Lohman. Those were almost 99% of the time made. Marblehead got a head on it, but knocked it away from the net. Classical knocks it further. And they knock it all the way back to midfield. Aiden Maloney. And I can say now that it was Aiden Maloney who made that save in the first half, became the goalie and knocked it away. And that's another rip by Marblehead lining it up, and they lined it, just missed, pulling it wide right. That might have been Alfred Bresnahan. Glasgow gets it ahead. Lead pass. Pass was behind. Marblehead has it, still has it. Down the far side. in the middle. They take the shot. Didn't get a lot on it. It was bouncy. Couldn't get a good foot on it. Wound up Classical knocking it down before it got to the net. And they blow the whistle. And Classical, a little late, they called. They did get knocked down, but they waited a few seconds before they blew the whistle. Marblehead's going to get a free kick from the 5-yard line. A little bit of a right angle. Almost out of bounds on the right side. Roman boots it. Diaz boots it to the Marblehead end. And it gets headed out by Thompson. Cheer will take the throw in. Roble Sandoval has it knocked out by Thompson. And Cheer will take the throw in. Knocked away. Marblehead knocks it away again. They knock it all the way back to Caraminos. Zalea. It was I got it, you get it. Classical wound up with it. Marblehead breaks it up. Nice job by the defense there. And they get it upfield to Matthews, who has the goal. They try to knock it deep. The only one there is Caraminos. Nice little shift. Gets it upfield. Classical trying to knock it deep. It's a foot race. Marblehead gets there first. They didn't knock it away. Coming out of the net was Lohman with another big play. And it got blocked that time by Maloney all the way away. What a great play by Lohman again. The ball got blocked. It was out near the 15-yard line. Lohman came out, full blast, and got there. Glasgow was going to have an easy shot, especially with the goalie out of the net. But Lohman came out and got to the ball first. And now they got it to Morales out in front. Got it on net, but couldn't get a lot on it. And he made another big save. Marblehead takes it away. Little bump there by Roble Sandoval. Tip to the head. Marblehead's there to knock it away. They couldn't keep it in. It went out on Bresnahan. And they call it out off Morales. Looked like it might have been Jennings from behind that knocked it away, but they call it off Morales. Thompson will take the throw in. And we had a substitution. That was the reason for the delay. Marblehead picks it off with a rush. Lost it momentarily and lost it completely. Bresnahan had a head of steam up, might have been going a little too quick. Now Marblehead steps in and picks off the pass. Knocked down by Maloney. Marblehead coming back the other way. Off a foot. Classical Duggan took it away. Tipped away nicely by Maloney. Classical knocks it deep. They get there and keep it in. And they score! Coriolan knocked it in. And the classical fans come to life. Might have been Morales that went down deep and saved it from going out and threw it out in front. And out in front, Jalen Corleone knocked it in. And there's ones on the scoreboard for each team. They tip it up. Marblehead with a break. And they score. They get it right back. It got tipped and it went in. So that momentum for Classical was taken right away. They got the pass to the far side. It looked like it was an easy pick for Diaz, but then it got tipped out in front. And I believe it was Bresnahan. Classical knocks it into the Classical bench area. So Marblehead didn't let Classical celebrate very long. A minute, maybe less, they got it right back. They passed it well. They wound up with a shot. Sliding, nice play by Zelaya to knock that ball away. Deep pass, getting there first is the Marblehead defense, knocking it away. I think that was Thompson. And we got upfield, we got a Marblehead player down. He's getting up. He's going to go to the bench, actually. And he'll be replaced. Quite a few Marblehead fans here. We weren't sure how big the crowd would be, but it is a very big crowd on a very cold night. Classical again knocks it high over the net and out of play. Lumen, who's been immense in the net for Marblehead, he's come up with one huge save on a penalty kick and made another big play on a ball he came out almost to the 15-yard line. When Classical looked like they might have a break, and with him out of the net, they might have had an easy chance for a goal. Marblehead knocks it out. Vinicor got a foot on it. And knocked out again by Thompson. Morales trying to knock it to the net. Classical gets it out in front. Tip knocked away over the head of Morales. Marblehead gets it away from the net. Classical had it, lost it, and they get knocked down. They called Jennings for the knockdown. Tracking it down, he's the one that replaced Chia. Classical trying to come back. Marblehead sneaks in front of Roble Sandoval and knocks it out of play. Headed up, and they call it off Roble Sandoval. Halfway through the second half, that goal in the first half still the difference. Marblehead leading it 1-0. Nice little shift by Morales. Gets it down deep. And Marblehead knocked it loose, and they call it out off Gomez Godinez. And Lorman will get to kick it away again. Out to midfield. Zalea. Marblehead knocks it back the other way. Blocked by Marblehead, they take it away. And they take it away again. Pass went too far. Marblehead gets it back. Classical takes it away. Deflection winds up with Marblehead. And they wind up with it again. They walk in. Just get enough of the Marblehead player. I think it was either Bresnahan or Masters. Just enough to knock him off his pins. He didn't fall down, but he lost his balance and couldn't come away with the ball. And Classical took it away. Down the near side. Morales, nice little move. Throws it out in front. Past the net. Classical trying to do something from the far corner. Snuck through a couple of defenders. Centering it, Marblehead picked it off and knocked it away. And now Marblehead is 1-on-4 as they knock it deep down the near side. Classical knocks it out of play. Thompson will take the throw in. They knock it deep. Roble Sandoval can't get there first. Knocked away by Thompson. And we got substitutions coming in for both teams. Cheer is coming back. Got that leg taped up. Marblehead knocks it away. And the official blew the whistle for contact. He wasn't in the same time zone. He was down in the end zone, and the ball was at the 35-yard line. And they're going to give him the kick from the 40-yard line, calling contact against Classical. I don't know how you can see that. If that was basketball, they would say get in the same time zone. He was at least 40 yards away making that call. Maloney gives it to Thompson. He pushed it behind Vinicor. And now Thompson, hustling, takes it away from Roble Sandoval and then knocks it out of play. And with slightly more than 15 minutes left in the game in regulation, Marblehead leading it 2-1. We got a timeout down the field. Cheer will take the throw in from the near side. Classical's got to go to work. They need a goal. Classical just kept it in. Roble Sandoval with a nice little shift, trying to go through two defenders. He got knocked down, the ball got knocked out. Classical will get a corner kick. Coming from the near side. Everybody milling around out in front, trying to pick a partner. All of a sudden, it got very quiet here at Manning Field. Right in the middle of a bunch of players. Lohman made another big play. He just went up and took it away from everybody, caught it, and they clear it away. And Marblehead has it back in the Classical end. Lead pass. Classical takes it away, and then he knocked it out of play. Corner kick coming from the far side. It hit the side of the net. Marblehead got a piece of it, and they chipped it over the net. It hit the cross. Morales with it. They knock it ahead. Knocked away by Marblehead, but Roble Sandoval just missed. He took that away. He chipped it, and I'm sitting in almost a perfect angle watching that ball go right to the top crossbar, to the far post, and it was about the width of the ball over the top crossbar. He just missed tying this game up. Great effort by Jenna Roble Sandoval. Blocked by Classical. Marblehead pops it up. Bodies go down. They're going to call it against Classical. From the 40-yard line, Maloney will take it. Line drives it, headed away by Classical. I think that was Alea. Marblehead knocks it back the other way. And they call Marblehead offside. Caraminos boots it away. And Classical knocks it out. We'll have substitutions for Marblehead. Ten minutes and counting left in this one. Right now, along with Marblehead, the clock is the enemy of Classical. They need a goal. Caraminos got there first and kept it for Classical. He double and triple up. Marblehead winds up with it. He's 1-on-4 by himself. Pushes it deep. Classical slides and knocks it out. Marblehead will get the throw in down deep. Good effort by Hart. Haskell takes it away. You knock it deep, but defense is there to take it away. Haskell knocks it deep again. And Thompson's there to take it away. Blocked. Marblehead takes it away. Classical fans wanted a takedown. They knock it to the near side. Trying to walk in, the shot got blocked. Good defense by Zelaya and Chia. Hustling back is Maloney to knock it away. 8 minutes and counting left. Marblehead by a goal. Haskell trying to get around, lost it out of play. Marblehead knocks it back in the classical end. Zelaya with it. Knocking it deep. Gomez Godinez gets there and keeps it for classical. Gets it back. Nice little shift. Walking in. Takes the shot. It rolls past the near post and goes out of play. Substitution for classical. Duggan back in with Zelaya, Caraminos, and Chia the back line for the Rams. Pop to the middle. Lead pass. Lohman was going to get there first and grab it, but Thompson stepped in and kicked it out of play. Gomez Godinez almost was going to break through and if he walk in with a breakaway. They get it up, headed away. They bang it off Marblehead. Klaska will get a corner kick. Coming from the far side. And here's Lohman again. He has been outstanding in that. He just went up in the air and picked it, didn't let anybody get a piece of it, and he boots it high in the air. Marblehead knocks it up. Klaska knocks it back. Long lead pass. Lohman will come out of the net and play it. Goalies like to do that. They knock it down, they leave it there, and they wait for the opposition, like in this case, Gomez Godinez, thinking he might have a shot at the ball. And a second before he gets there, the goalie picks it up and kicks it away. Nick Slides has it taken away. And Marblehead knocks it off Klaska. I think that was Jackson Hart. 5 minutes and counting left in the game. Scoreboard clock is now off. And the time will be kept by the official down. So the clock is really the enemy now for Klaska. They need a goal to try and tie it. trying to walk in. Marblehead knocks it away. And then they knock it a little bit further. And they're going to call Classical for knocking the Marblehead player down. And they gave him a yellow card. Everybody's been knocking everybody down all night. I'm not sure if that deserved a yellow card. I thought he held up a yellow card, which would mean the chair would have to go out. And the referee is pointing, now he does go out. So he has to go out. And they're waiting for Classical to make a substitute. So now they're back equal strength. Maloney kicks it away. Marblehead will be content to just knock it into the Classical end and keep it there. Right now, they don't need any more goals. They just have to keep Classical off the scoreboard. Marblehead knocks it away. And Marblehead blocks and knocks it out. Classical trying to hurry up. Time winding down. And Marblehead takes it away. Knocked in the Classical bench area. They get the quick throw in. Marblehead pops it up. Bouncing around. Shot went wide, missed the far post. Lowman diving for it, didn't touch it, it goes out. Marblehead will get to kick it away. Final minutes of this tournament game. Classical's tournament life on the line. They need a goal. Marblehead does what they need to do. They kick it deep in the Classical end. Diaz boots it back. They pop it up. Marblehead kicks it away. Zalea with it. Out in front. And Marblehead will knock it up. Classical takes it away. Marblehead knocks it away. And Marblehead knocks it away again. Doing what they have to do. Now they head it up. Back in the Classical end, they knock it even deeper and they go get it. Classical knocks it out. Marblehead's got it where they want it. Closing minute or two. And they got a throw in deep in the Classical end, leading it 2-1. Marblehead got a head on it. They get it back. Keeping it in the Classical end. Blocked by Marblehead again. Roble Sandoval lost it. Gets it back. Whistle blows, and that's going to do it. So they turn the tables. Classical beat Marblehead during the season 2-1. Scoreboard right now reads Marblehead 2, Classical 1. And that'll do it. It's amazing. The number 16 seed last night knocked off the number 1 seed English. Tonight, the number 15 seed Marblehead knocks off the number 2 seed, Classical, and both English and Classical go down in the first round in Division 1 and Division 2, but tough loss for Classical. The goaltender for Lowman was outstanding. Made that great save on a penalty kick that would have tied it at the time. He made a couple of other great plays, a couple of other great saves. And Marblehead, at the end, just kept Classical at bay, didn't let him get close, kept knocking the ball on the Classical end, and held on to that skinny 2-1 lead. It was Masters in the first half on a terrific pass out in front, beat the goaltender, had no chance, Diaz, and it was 1-0. That was at halftime. Classical came out on a very pretty play by Roble Sandoval, kept the ball alive and knocked it in the back of the net to tie it at 1. Classical was celebrating. Just about, maybe not even a minute later, Marblehead brought it upfield, a nice pass across to Alfred Bresnahan, and he banged it off a Classical defender. Diaz looked like he was going to make the save. It got deflected away from him and just went inside the far post, the near post, from the far side. That made it 2-1, and Marblehead turned to a defensive unit after that. They didn't have a lot of chances after that, but turns out they didn't need them because that second goal that gave them the 2-1 lead was the difference in the game. So Classical is going to finish up at 13-4-2, an outstanding season for the Classical Rams. They should hold their heads up walking out of here. Marblehead is going to go to 10-7-3. They'll spring the upset, and they'll be back here Saturday night playing against possibly Arlington, but they'll have to wait and see. But they're going to be very happy to move on to the quarterfinals in Division 2. So the final score, Marblehead 2, Classical 1. Classical is eliminated from Division 2 North, and that's the final score, 2-1. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.